Dasai celebrations have continued today, 2 days after Vijaya Dasami Tika. People continued receiving Tika and Jamara, while there is an age-old tradition of receiving Tika, Jamara and the blessings of the elders till Kuzakrat Purnima, or the full moon day on the 28th of this month, when this year's Dasai festival will formally come to a conclusion. Good evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Supreme Court continues operation even during the Dasai period. Issues writ for the release of those detained in 2 cases from among 9 writ applications. One more body of Nepali student killed in the Israel attack of Hamas militants arrives Nepal. Efforts underway to bring 5 remaining bodies. Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis kills 17 people, while dozens are feared trapped under the rubble. Israel Defense Forces carries out a targeted raid overnight in northern Gaza. And champions of ACC Under-19 Premier Cup, Team Nepal return home. Players and coach content with the team's performance. On the 3rd day of Vijaya Dasami, younger members of families have continued receiving Tika, Jamara and blessings from the elders today. Those who were not able to receive Tika, Jamara and blessings from elders on the main day of Dasai on Tuesday are receiving them today. Some communities receive Tika only on the 10th day of Dasai, while others continue to observe the festival for additional 5 days. The Nepal Calendar Determination Committee has said that Tika can be received until the full moon day of Kuzakrat Purnima, which falls on this Saturday. The statues of Durga Bhavani installed for the Navaratra worshipping in Dasai have been immersed into the rivers by following religious procedures. Thousands of devotees attend the ceremony for immersing the statues of Goddess Durga. Fervor of the ceremony was witnessed even in the rural parts of Banke alongside Nepalganj sub-metropolis. According to the Dura Puja committees, around 300,000 devotees attended the ceremony today. They had reached up to the Rapti River. The Home Administration had implemented high security alert for the ceremony. Organizers have said that more than 1,500 statues of the goddesses were immersed into the rivers in Banke district. Of the 9 writ applications of habeas corpus filed during the Dasai period, the Supreme Court has issued a writ for the issue of release of those detained in 2 cases. Based on the arrangement of the Supreme Court to hear writ applications on habeas corpus even on the public holidays of Bada Dasai, the Apex Court has issued a mandamus order on 1 of the 9 applications and issued writs on 2 while scrapping 6. 4 writs were filed on the 16th of October, 2 on the 18th of October, and 1 each were filed on the 19th, 20th, and 22nd of October. Despite all works of the court halted for the 14-day-long period between Ghatastapana and Kuzakrat Purnima of the Dasai festival, 1 bench for hearing on habeas corpus was kept open for each day. With the objective of increasing greenery inside the Kathmandu Valley, saplings have been planted in the roadsides and medians. However, there are no guidelines for the plantation of saplings so far. In addition to that, there are no regulations for the care and monitoring of such plants. Stakeholders have said that risks of accidents have increased with the local levels planting saplings without following any standard practice. A jacaranda tree at the roadside in Mahalakshmisthan of Lalitpur fell on Wednesday evening. The tree damaged just a single car as the traffic was low because of heavy rainfall and storm. Jacaranda, which keeps the city green throughout the calendar and adds beauty with its flowers during season, has been planted across the city. However, as its roots are soft and branches spread in a short span of time, no entity has paid adequate attention towards the risks even during normal storms. Last year, 3 people were killed while 12 others were injured when another tree fell in Salagari of Bhaktapur. Such unfortunate events have been caused in absence of guidelines for the kind of trees to be planted along the road and lack of their care. The Kathmandu metropolis has planted trees without any study at several locations. Experts have said that these trees are likely to damage physical infrastructures in the surroundings. They have added that small plants should be planted along the roadside that curb pollution and reflect Nepali nature. They have suggested that such plants should be kept at a distance of 3 feet. However, the Ministry of Forest and the Department of Plant Resources do not have any guidelines for plantation near the roadsides. 9 deaths were caused by fallen trees in the Kathmandu Valley last year. Despite the loss of such number of human lives, the government has yet to initiate any efforts to prepare guidelines for management of rescued trees along the roadsides and tree plantation in general. Academicians of universities actively lead research works for innovations. Universities formulate central research policies for necessary new scientific studies. However, most universities of Nepal have failed to do so, which has weakened scientific researches and investigations in the country. There must be a clear central academic research policy of universities for scientific research and studies required for the societies and the country in general. The standard of higher education provided by the universities can be assessed only on the basis of scientific researches conducted by the academicians. However, except for the Tribhuvan University, all other universities have been operating without formulating a central research policy. As no new scientific researches or findings have been achieved, the University Grant Commission (UGC) has directed all universities to formulate their research policies. There are a total of 17 federal and provincial universities across Nepal. But only a few universities present research proposals for national level researches called by the government and the UGC. This is an evidence to the fact that new researches and scientific findings have not been achieved from the universities. Creating knowledge is a significant aspect on its own. For this, academicians have to conduct serious researches. Experts have said that the universities must formulate their central research policies for this purpose. However, the universities have not been able to conduct new scientific studies and researches in the pretext of inadequate budget, while the government had allocated 900 million rupees in budget for new researches this year. The statue of Mother Vandari, built in Khada Devi Rural Municipality, Ward number 5 of Ramechhap, has been vandalized. According to the rural municipality, the statue, located in the middle of Salini forest of Pakarwas, was vandalized on the night of Ashtami. Those involved in the act are yet to be identified. There was a full sitting statue of Vandari at the Madan Vandari Park, adjacent to the Manthali Galwa Road. According to CPN UML Ramechhap chairperson Anand Kumar Shrestha, a leg of the statue has been broken, while the other parts were attacked with stones. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. Supreme Court continues the operation even during the Dasai period, issues writ for the release of those detained in 2 cases from among 9 writ applications. One more body of Nepali student killed in Israel in the attack of Hamas militants arrives in Nepal. Efforts underway to bring 5 remaining bodies. Israel Defense Forces carries out a targeted raid overnight in northern Gaza. Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis kills 17 people while dozens are feared trapped under the rubble. And champions of ACC Under-19 Premier Cup, Team Nepal return home. Players and coach content with the team's performance. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin is at 10:30 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.